ahead and use things. What would you prefer? Yellow spandex?
S.N.A.K.E.
Gesundheit.
Did you see anything? No, sir. I didn't see you playing with your dolls again. Good!
Well, I'll tell you, nobody handles garbage better than we do.
You don't remember?
For you, the day bison graced your village was the most important day of your life. But for me, it was Tuesday. What are you smiling about? Dude, I almost had you.
Hey guys, welcome to my next review. This is the G.I. Joe Classified series, number 162, Cobra Snake Armor Battlesuit. So I recently got this in from Hasbro Pulse, and I have so much other classified stuff that I've yet to review, but I wanted to get this one out there just because picking this box up, I wanted to get this thing out and just handle it. So first things first, let's take a look at the packaging. Let's get this table out of the way and look at that side artwork. Number 162, top, same thing, 162 with the Cobra logo. Front of the box, you got the snake armors, G.I. Joe Cobra Snake Battle Suit. The opposite side, number 162 with its barcode and tech specs. Bottom, product barcode, legal stuff that's upside down that you wouldn't read anyways. And then the back shows the snake armor, its accessories, and then some details how to open the cockpit and some other details on the back. So let's we got a good preview of that. Let's get the tape cut and get this sucker open. Now, like I have been lately, I haven't been having my knife with me, but I have my nippers and they're sharp, so that's good enough to get that out. Oh man, this paper is so annoying. Let's get that over here and get it pulled out. Look at that. So here's what you get as soon as you pull it out of the box. It's really It's not a vibrant white. That's what I was kind of expecting. It's more of, it's got a, I don't know, it's got like a battle look to it. So I'm glad we got the nippers, because guess what? This sucker has these plastic straps. We're used to these on Transformer stuff, right? That one down there is going to be a pain in the butt to reach. And let's see, let's get the rest of these cut. Maybe we can wedge it out a little bit. There we go. I'll just stick my nippers back here. Now that should be everything to free him from his coffin. Or not. No, I left one. Thought I got this one. There we go. So that gets him out. And then all these bits are falling out. All this stuff's just taped. Pull that out. These plastic. Alright, let's get that out of the way. And get these pulled out. Most of these are all the accessories. It's been a while since I've unboxed something from Joe with this tissue paper stuff. So here's looks like one of the engines or fuel tanks. So we got a pair of those. Jet fuel, caution. So the snake armor runs on jet fuel. Here is a pair of hands. It wouldn't be G.I. Joe without a trigger hand. Both of them are trigger hands. Funny. It has a claw hand. I don't know what these are. It looks like something that pegs and it holds something. Let's see what's in the next bag. Here looks like the front canopy. Yeah. Oh, check out the readout display. Is that a? It's looks like those look like stickers. Here's another piece. I don't notice any instructions. Flame effects. Yeah. These are like the same ones that come with Torch. So there's that flame effect. There's that flame effect. And then like the little mini one. And the last bag has what appears to be some type of, oh, that's the flamethrower, the missile, and the laser hand. All right, so like I said, I guess there's no instructions, so we'll just use the back of the box. Yeah, the back of the box kind of shows you your instructions. So these are ports that go on the arms. So these go here, and then that's how you plug in. get the rest of it put together. So this is the front of the armor. And these like little shoulder straps. All right. Next, we'll put this on the back. So this goes like so. The jet fuel plugs in right here. The other one plugs in on the other side. Maybe. There. Alright, so let's just put his hands on for right now, and then we'll go over that later as we go off over the accessories. So let's get a closer look at it. So here is his face, and you can tell the plastic, the cockpit is translucent. You can kind of see the seat belt. Here's the front of it. Cool deco on the feet. Here's the side. Pinch point. Danger logo. And here is the back. And it is powered by jet fuel. And it looks like it has thrusters. Oh no, this is where your extra bits plug in. One of the things I was saying the longest time when I saw the snake armor, I was like, oh, it'd be so great if the claw could plug into the back of it. And it could be like its jetpack. But next, let's go over articulation. So the head really doesn't do anything. It does have like a butterfly. So you can go back and forth. It doesn't really go up. That's it, one click. Now you can rotate it up like that. But it does have like a little bit of like a shoulder. But you can't, like, yeah. Elbow is on a ratchet. It doesn't even get 90 degrees, less than 90 degrees. It does have a waist swivel, but it doesn't go all the way around. And it's on a nice tight ratchet. Legs. Let's see. There is no outward movement on the legs. They wiggle though. It's really stuck. Like, is that pop coming off? The legs can go back that far. Can go forward that far. Knees less than 90. Let's see. Let's go with the feet. It does go down one click, forward 2 clicks. No rocker. And I mean, there's a wrist swivel, but that's just the pin. And did I get that earlier? There's a bicep swivel. So yeah, let's go over some of the, now we got articulation out of the way. Let's kind of go over the, you know what? Its hips pull out. Does that give it more? Oh yeah, you pull the hips out a little bit, you can get a wider range forward, not backwards. But there's no, it feels like the hips want to go out to these splits, but it don't. But both hips pull out. All right, so let's go over some other details and do the different weapons and stuff. All right, so let's get into the cockpit. Oh, I don't remember if I showed off the claw hand. So yeah, there's that. All right, so is what you want to do to get in the cockpit. You lift up this panel, untab that panel. The helmet part can go up. This panel can go down. This one can go, and this one can go down. So now we kind of got an idea of how it looks like on the inside. So it's got that seat belt that's pretty much on every classified vehicle that requires one. Now there are 2 joysticks and they're on a ball. Yep, both of them are on a ball. And they can wiggle around a little bit. Now if you look in on this side, you can see that there is a display sticker as well. And then on the opposite side, there is another display sticker and instrument panel. And then you can kind of see on these panels that fold open, there is a, you know, maybe if you had some toy hacks or something like that. But there is a lot of details on the inside. Now, let's see if we can get a figure in. Let's see if it's not a struggle. So I got this Cobra Trooper. Because I've heard stories on what can and cannot fit in this thing. Hopefully we don't struggle too much with the seatbelt on. So he's in the seat. We'll have to say, if you have smaller hands, this would be a lot easier. Probably should do this off camera, but there we got that hand in. But I just want everybody to see the struggle that you might be facing putting a figure in this. So he's pretty much flushed down. So far so good. Let's put his helmet back on him. Safety first, you know. Close those panels. Works good. That panel shuts down fine, and so do these panels. If I can tab them in, if I can find the hole. So yeah, and then you can kind of spy in there a little bit. I don't know if the lights keeps reflecting off of that, but you can see them in there. So the standard trooper officer fits no problem. There's no gap issues, but that's an issue. It keeps falling off. So yeah, a lot of people that was a concern. So I'm assuming, I would imagine if that male trooper can fit in there that well, a female will be even better. Now, my plan is I am not going to, when I display this, I'm not going to display it with a figure inside. Blasphemy, right? Because it's 100% enclosed. Unless that cockpit was lit and you can see through that, you can't tell if there's a figure in here or not. So if I have a snake armor that's closed and in battle, I'm just not even going to put a character. I'm not going to put a figure in it. Now, is what I will do if I display this, like with the cockpit open, I will, like, my plan is to like have a trooper climbing inside of it. So, all right. So let's do some size comparisons. So here's the snake armor just next to your basic infantry trooper officer character. since she's here. Jada Street Fighter, Cammy. Do I have a Marvel Legends nearby? Yeah, we got Rogue over here. Here's a Blocky. The Savage Land Rogue. And let's get something big next to it. Here is the Marvel Legends Maximum Hulk, which is a beefy character in his own right, but yeah. All right, so let's move on to my final thoughts. Let's start with the bad. Really weird joints. These are supposed to be ball joints on the arms and hips. From what I can tell, I've heard people say they're ratchets. Mine are not ratchets. They get hung up, which is weird, and then when they give loose, they make this like crack noise. Very, very strange. Also, one of the things I noticed right at the beginning was the plastic quality. If you've ever held like a Cyberverse Transformers toy or the new Titan Star Convoy, it just has that plastic that just doesn't feel like quality. It doesn't feel like the plastic they used for the Vamp or for the Stinger. So I think that's how like when the price point was first revealed for this, we was like, wow, they kept it under $90 or kept it under $100. No figure, but now I kind of see why, because of the materials used for this. At the same time, that's not a deal breaker in my opinion. If it feels solid enough, but like it can stand. It can pose. Limit posing, which is another complaint, is the limit of posing. But at the same time, these things weren't these agile things. They were a tank that could walk, basically. So the agility part doesn't bother me as much, because that's what the snake armor was just this suit of armor that was just like a juggernaut going through the battlefield. The other thing, this is like a complaining, just everything is a complaint. How they designed, how the hands and the attachments fit is kind of annoying. The hands don't like to stay on. It doesn't take much for the hands to fall off. I don't know if that's because they're like a rubbery piece, but yeah, my hands always fall off. So let's go to the good stuff. So there is some positives. The size of it, it's a good, like, chunky boy. Like I really enjoy that. The attention to detail that they put on the cockpit and the steps that climb into it, and just how it opens up in general is fun. It's, the Vintage was basically a coffin. It was two pieces that came open. You threw the figure in and you collapsed it back, basically. This kind of has, like, there's the driver lives in it. I've heard people say that like a male buck doesn't fit in it. Now, I used the Trooper. I didn't use anything bigger. I can't imagine putting anything else in there other than like a Trooper. This is something for your infantry or whatever. But like I said during the review, if it's in this mode like it is right now, like in the battlefield mode, I'm not going to keep a figure in it, because you can't see. You can't tell if there's a figure in there or not. I might not have one in there. I might have one in there. You don't know. So I don't know what a rate this is, but if you collect classified, if you have to have them all, I think it's worth adding to your collection. As much as I've crapped on it right now, it's if it's an original, like from the original toy line, and I think they did a good job classifying it up and just making it this brute, and it's a numbered thing. So if you are that type of collector and and you're collecting all the numbered items from classified, yeah, add it. But I don't think it's super important. Like if you don't have the room and you'd rather have other things take up that room, then yeah, you might want to pass on it. But I had fun with it. Still having fun with it. So yeah. So that's all I got for now. I appreciate you all watching. If you could, like this video. If you're not a subscriber to the channel, please subscribe. Comment. Tell me what you liked. Tell me what you didn't like. And thoughts on if you want one of these in your collection. And share the video as well. Also, look me up on all the other social medias. It'll be linked in the description. I'm on TikTok, X, Instagram. I have my own Facebook page. I'm on Twitch. Just give me a follow on all those. I'd greatly appreciate it. And I post news pretty much daily. It's anything that kind of hits my feed, or I like to share it, and let's talk about it. So that's all I have for this one. This is the G.I. Joe classified snake armor. I'll see you on the next one. Take care. Good night and peace.